What's up, guys? It's Keith with L1 Automotive Diagnostics and Programming. How's everybody doing? Wait for a few people to flood in here. There we go. Sorry for the blank screen. All right. Much better. How's everybody's week going? Mine's going good. Just started out. Got some good footage. Friday I'd be messing with Hey Keith. Got some good footage on my first long-range radar module setup and calibration. It was on a 17 or on a GM long-range radar. On a 17 Cadillac XT5, so that was fun doing the video now. We'll see how the edit comes out, but that was actually completed with the launch X431V tablet. RKE protocol research. That sounds like fun. Hey, Bridges Automotive. So, we've got some interesting things coming up. We've got let's see. Got training in Pennsylvania coming up. Training in, North Carolina? Is that where ASTE is? Semi-unprepared about ASTE. That just dropped into my mind. Googling it now. Yes, in Raleigh, North Carolina is what it looks like. That'll be happening coming up here pretty soon. September 27th through the 28th. Ooh, that is very close to October training. Ooh. Because Super Saturday is going to be just shortly after. It's like October the 12th. So yeah, that'll be difficult for you guys maybe to make both of them if you can, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But today's video's got a couple different, or today's little quick what's going on has got a couple things we're going to cover, because we wanted to talk about ASTE coming up. I read that just a few minutes before I jumped on. And then, of course, Super Saturday in Pennsylvania. I'll be teaching the J2534 Domestic and Asian full-day programming class there. So if you guys are going to make it, come say hi. Peek your head in the classroom and give me a little wave. We'll see what's going on. And then the local training that the class is talking about, upcoming Tulsa and Oklahoma City Automotive Training, that's the name of today's video. That's going to be, I am contracted to do CTI's training, and I didn't print one off, so let me pull a picture of it up if I can, because we've got a couple. Got both Tulsa and Oklahoma City coming up. Those are going to be 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th. So 13th and 14th in Tulsa, 15th and 16th in Oklahoma City. Let's see here. See if I can get you guys a schedule and the definition of what is going on. But while I'm doing that, have you guys done any recent... Not to worry, everyone, they have tornado shelters, Keith says. DeFazio, thank you. Yes, a lot of places do have tornado shelters. In the meantime, have any of you guys done any ADAS calibrations recently? I would like to hear about your experiences on that, because I'm seeing more and more of them. I started out doing the lane departure stuff on Hondas. That seemed to be like the number one thing I got asked about. And then the next, let's see, Toyota front radars seem to be pretty popular in my area. We have a lot of Toyota cars. And then what was the other? I get a lot of requests for Nissans is the big thing. So, have any of you guys been doing calibration, static or dynamic, and what is your thoughts on it? Because I would like to see how much of that is actually going on out there. I find it pretty interesting that there's kind of a large discussion going on about can we do it with aftermarket tools? What's the liability? And I can tell you that my thought process on the deal is that most likely, under most circumstances I'm aware of, you're not actually performing the calibration with the tool on a lot of them. Like some, let's talk about the dynamic ones specifically. Let's not talk about static where we have to worry about targets, but let's just say the dynamic ones where you are simply performing a function on the scan tool and test driving the vehicle. You're not really having the tool do the work. For the most part, you're using the tool to request that the module go into a certain mode. And by doing that, by requesting the module to go into mode, you're really just sending a command to the module over the network, just the same as the factory scan tool would. As long as it goes into that mode and you're getting feedback saying it's in the learn mode, then you are most likely, not doing anything different than what the factory scan tool would. Now, there can be some different scenarios. There can be some different types of stuff that's out there, different systems that I'm maybe not familiar with, but for the most part, that's how these systems work. And I would say that, has anyone seen anything different when it comes to dynamic? That's my big thing, is the dynamic ones. Sorry, I'm not nearly as concentrating as hard as what I probably should. There we go. There's the two classes coming up there. You should be able to see those on the screen. That's the Toyota platforms, operation and diagnosis for both regions, both Tulsa and Oklahoma City. And I'll be doing both those. Those are both evening classes from 6 to 10, approximately. And so far, it's slated for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So if you are in the Tulsa or Oklahoma City area and you would like to go to this class, if you've never been to a CTI class before, I'm inviting you to show up. You're welcome to come for free for your first class. This will be my first time doing these classes or first time doing CTI classes. So the person who was most recently doing the classes, Glenn Young, which I've taken many of his classes in the past here in Tulsa. He'll be kind of doing a little baton pass. I think he's going to be there to let everyone know that I'll be taking over the regions. I am much closer, I'm local to Tulsa, versus he's in Houston, so. To real quick catch up on my question, DeFazio says he receives about 12 requests a day to do them. Oh, we got Michael Nicholson. How goes it? And Steve King. Hey, guys. Science Diagnostic says he's got one coming up on a tractor soon. Is that a John Deere that you're doing it on? Anyways, so those classes are coming up next week. So I'll be doing those. Glenn will be there to hand it off. But I invite you, if you were in the Tulsa or Oklahoma City area, you are welcome to come to your first CTI class for free if it is your first class. And then from there, you can let me know what you thought about it, what you thought about the material, and what you thought about my instruction. And then we'll, hopefully you enjoy it and we'll get you signed up. I don't know what the cost is. I don't do any of that stuff. I'm just there to train. I'm not there to sell tools. I'm not there to sell any of CarQuest or Advanced Auto parts. I just do the training. The training is designed to be that. This is not a sales class at all. There will be no sales going on there about anything that CTI or CarQuest does. Now, I will be probably pitching you on buying some subscriptions to Toyota stuff for you to get used to using it, because we are going to talk about using TIS, Toyota Information System. We're going to be talking about using TechStream. Science Diagnostic says, correct, John Deere, early ADAS, self-driving with basic accident avoidance. Well, that'll be fun. I know that a lot of their information is locked down, but with proper subscriptions, they give you everything you need that I'm aware of. I do have one gentleman out here that does a lot of the agricultural stuff that I talk to, because our fields are so closely intertwined. So he's kind of given me some insight into what's going on with that. But I find it very interesting. Yeah, I think that stuff's pretty neat, since there's such a intertwining of the two industries. But yeah, so you guys are welcome to come to the CTI classes. I think they'll be great. I got the approval ahead of time to make sure that I'm allowed to to do that, and apparently that's the normal thing, that you can come to your first one for free. So, Voltage Drop Diagnostic says, we are getting a new tech stream system here at the end of the month. That's awesome. Isn't it just the new tech stream? Isn't that what it is? Because I know there is a new tech stream system out, and that's what most people are, I mean, all the active subscriptions are on that. Unless you just haven't updated your version and you got an active subscription. Yeah, it's version 13 something or other, I don't remember. I was using it just the other day. I like it. Seems to work very well. Hey, Philip. Anyways, I thought I'd let you guys know what's going on. Didn't want anyone to forget about the ASA Super Saturday event coming up in October. ASTE is in September. So that's going to be, I heard both of those will be pretty decent for sure. I know Super Saturday will be, looking at the lineup. ASTE, I don't know if I'm going to be making it to ASTE or not. We shall see. And then got another national training event thing scheduled. We'll talk about that once we get some stuff set in stone. But that'll be fun. And then keep an eye out for the video on the Cadillac XT5 coming up. You know, kind of boring. It's just a dynamic. There's just a dynamic calibration, but there was a hiccup, and so I did have to troubleshoot through some of that. So you guys will see some of what happened with that. I find it very interesting. It's pretty neat how finicky those systems can be and what little things can set them off into not functioning. So I'm gonna kind of leave it at that. This one's super short and sweet. You know, we're only in at 15 minutes or so, but I gotta get going. I gotta get ready because we have part 4 of the diagnostic process training happening over at Patreon here in about 15 minutes. So I gotta get ready for that. Gotta get the PowerPoint all powered up. This is the last part of that. The last section of that. Oh, TechStream AVDI. Yeah. I guess it is different than the newest version of TechStream that's out. Anyways, so I'm going to be heading over to the Patreon channel now, and we're going to boot that up, get it done. It is the last part of the diagnostic process. It's just 4 semi-short videos. It's approximately a 4-hour training class. It's a single evening training class. It's really about 3 hours of deliverable content, which when you add breaks and answering questions in, it's easily pushed into a 4-hour period. It's the class that I like to start most people on, but there was such a want for my J2534 class that we started with that one. It also helped kind of gain some momentum for the channel. So we stepped back and we did this diagnostic process video or class, which is really about how you should approach, how you should create a diagnostic process. This kind of creates the buy-in to the process that I use to diagnose vehicles. Hopefully gives you guys some tools on how to approach vehicles that maybe are normally kind of intimidating, network communication issues, that kind of stuff. So after this class, we're going to either be doing the electrical class, which I think is where we're going to go next, or PCM fueling strategies, or network class. My network class is really old, so I like to update it, so we will probably be doing the electrical theory because, you know, all that new electron stuff that just came out last year, you know, luckily it's not much different, right? It's a joke. Electrons haven't changed at least since 1990. You know, since OBD1, electrons haven't been any different. Again, it's a joke, guys. So, I'm going to be heading out. You guys have fun, and we'll see you over on Patreon if you're going to be there. Have fun, stay dirty, don't do anything I wouldn't do, fixed it again, and what are all those other ones?